Today I'll be heading west, leaving Belgium behind, entering France, crossing through the Parc Naturel Régional de l'Avenois, and to my final destination of Beaucourt-sur-l'Ancre, near Albert. But before arriving, I'll be making a brief stop at the Beaumont Hamel, a memorial to all of the Newfoundlanders who served during the First World War. At the heart of the memorial stands a great bronze caribou, the emblem of the Royal Newfoundland Regiment. Well, I've entered France. Somewhere along the line, I'm not sure exactly where, there was no sign. Alright. So I've entered. Well, I was just about to pass that cafe when I saw some motorcyclists out there. Strangely enough, I was in the church courtyard just taking a break because my butt was really sore. No sooner did I start to bike, there's a cafe which I've been wanting to have for quite a while. Oh, great coffee. Anyway, I think I'm good. Peut passer?
Soit à droite ou pas tout droit. Première à droite.
Well, there's some kind of parade. I think I'm going to try to avoid it. And we'll see how far I can get. Soldier of the Great War. These are graves of the unknown soldiers. It looks like a British cemetery. New Zealand Field Artillery. Yeah. The New Zealanders, Aussies. Well, I just passed a British cemetery. There's one down over here. There's cemeteries all over the place here. From World War I. And it looks like all the graves have been well taken care of by the French population. It's quite amazing. So this is a memorial tower dedicated to the British here during the Battle of the Somme. It looks like a castle, but it isn't. It's just a memorial. Amazing. Yeah. So we're not that far from Beaumont Hamel, where the Royal Newfoundlanders fought, and that's our next stop. So from what I read, my understanding is that the Royal Newfoundlanders on July 1st, 1916 started out with 880 men from their regiment. And after that first day of battle, only 68 returned. During World War I, members of the family could actually fight in the same regiment. So, in the Battle of the Somme, whole families were wiped out. Fathers, brothers, everyone. Nowadays, Canadian Armed Forces, and in fact maybe most armies in the world, don't allow that to happen, so that at least they can have some family members preserved. You can see over here that these are remnants of the trenches that they dug during the Battle of the Somme. Of course, they're probably much deeper than they are now. But my understanding is that their graves have people, soldiers, the unknown soldier, are still buried underneath in a lot of places over here. So there are 821 names inscribed on 3 bronze tablets at the base of this monument in memory of the Newfoundlands who died during World War I with no known grave. The names include 592 members of the Royal Newfoundland Regiment, 114 sailors of the Royal Newfoundland Navy and Reserve, and 115 merchant mariners. Up on top you'll see the bronze caribou at the center of the Beaufort ML Newfoundland Memorial, as designed by British sculptor Captain Basil Gotto. It pays tribute to the Newfoundland Regiment's caribou emblem. 6 sculptures were cast. One stands at each of the 5 battlefield memorials in Europe, and the 6th stands in St. John's, surrounded by rocks and shrubs native to Newfoundland. The caribou faces in the direction of the Newfoundland troops where they advanced on July 1, 1916. So they were advancing this way. I'm following the zigzag pattern of the trenches. Apparently they were supposed to be 2.5 meters deep, and they needed periscopes to basically look above into no man's land. All these trenches were infested with lice, rats. The men who served here basically died from the feet up. So my understanding here is that where the grave yard is over there in the cemetery, that's where the German lines were. And the Royal Newfoundlanders advanced only to the first tree over here. They couldn't get past it. That's when they lost over 800 men in half an hour. Can you believe that? Must be raining bullets and mortars. That's incredible. What a waste of human life. So they call this the danger tree. In the face of heavy machine gun fire, few members of the 1st Newfoundland Regiment made it past the initial barbed wire defenses. Many of those who did were forced to take cover behind a small ridge next to one of the few landmarks on a ravaged landscape, a lone tree located halfway. I got 2 soldiers of the Great War here. Well, Newfoundlander, a soldier, known unto God. So they're British soldiers here too. Well, Highlanders, in that row. Hmm.